Glenstal Abbey. The icon chapel houses an unusual crucifix, which is from Chaldean, or modern-day Iraq. It is certainly the oldest item in the collection and is dated to approximately 600. At some stage, the cross had a figure of Christ attached, but this has been lost. There are some coloured decorations of unknown date. The shape of the cross is broadly cruciform, but instead of the straight lines of smooth beams, there are undulations or buddings from the extremities. A cross is made from dead wood. However, this cross with its budding is a living tree. Chaldean, the country from where this cross comes from, is bordered by the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. And these are also the rivers that border the Garden of Eden in Genesis, chapter 2, verse 14. The Chaldeans regarded their country as the home of the original Garden of Eden. The book of Genesis reports that in the center of the Garden of Eden there were two trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God tells Adam and Eve that they can't eat of any tree in the garden except that of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. For on the day they eat of it, they shall die. Sadly, our first parents were tempted by the snake, ate of the fruit, and were expelled from the garden. God placed cherubim and a flaming sword to guard the way to the tree of life, and so humankind could no longer taste the fruit of the tree of life. Chaldean tradition understands that Jesus, by his crucifixion, gives us access once again to the tree of life. Indeed, the cross, a symbol of oppression and death, is transformed to one of life. The budding arms of the crucifix and the extended broad roots at its base visibly demonstrate how death has been defeated through the Easter mystery. This tree of life points to the new life won for us by Christ. The site of the crucifixion is called Golgotha, or the place of the skull, in the Gospel tradition. Apocryphal tradition identifies this skull as that of Adam. The cross is then understood as planted over the tomb of Adam. There is a further apocryphal tradition, the legend of the Holy Rood tree. After the expulsion from Eden, as Adam is dying, his son Seth returns to Eden, looking for a way to preserve his life. The angel does not allow him to enter, but the angel does give him 3 seeds from the tree of life to bury with Adam. The seeds grow after Adam's death into great trees, which are used at various points in the history of salvation. Most importantly, one of the trees is cut and its wood used to make the cross to crucify Jesus. These apocryphal traditions demonstrate the understanding of those who composed them and who gladly heard them. These traditions show that the history of salvation stretches back to our first ancestors, Adam and Eve. No one of the human family is beyond the wonderful extent of God's mercy in Christ.